Okay, gang, we're back. I'll be honest with you, I'm just trying to squeeze this video in. We got a bunch of stuff to cover today. I normally run through the video, so this one I might be a little bit off kilter, but we're gonna go for it. What we're doing today is we're doing the back, and we're gonna glue on the back reinforcement strip, and we'll probably get to some braces. And most of you already have seen my vacuum pressing jig. There's a leak in it, so the compressor keeps kicking on. It is what it is. It still works, but we're gonna go through it. We're gonna talk story a fair amount on this one before the demo starts. So look in the description when I tell you that the demo starts, and you guys can, you know how it works. Fast forward to now. You got any questions, you got any comments, pop them below. If you want to subscribe, I'm trying to ramp up and get 2023. This is when this is, and finish some instruments over here. All right, let's get to this. Let's see where we got right now. Okay, we're going to actually, let's start with laying out the back braces, okay? Let me put this on the side. Well, first of all, let's talk about this. What I did with this so far, after we glued on the lining, I drove, for those of you that haven't seen the drive the bus video, didn't really drive the bus on this one. You can see this sandpaper is kind of coming off. What I did was, this back is radius, so this is the back. So basically, we had to bring the linings down to match the edge, and all it is right in here, and it's not driving the bus. It's basically going back and forth, and that's what happened. I pulled the sandpaper, but anyway, that's what we did, and this is where we are. You can see how the linings are now matching the sides. We drove the bus on the sides, we installed the kerfed linings, and then now we drove the bus on the lining. Everything matches all the way around. What I do sometimes, I didn't have to do it this time, is maybe I'll draw a pencil mark over here. I'll more so do it on the head block and the tail block. I'll draw a pencil mark to make sure the sanding marks off when you hit everything. Suffice it to say, we have hit everything. All right, so we drove the bus. That's what we did to get to this point. Or we put it in forward and reverse is really what we did. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna take off this center brace, the center spanner right here. And we gotta start laying out some braces on the back. We're only gonna do the back today. Okay, so let's show you what we're gonna do. So what I did was I took the back. By the way, for like the cooking shows, I already did one, and we're going to show you how we get to actually getting to where the center reinforcement strip is glued on. That's what we're going to do today. Let's get this on the side. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to grab this. This is the back. This is the inside of the back. I want to place it on. Find the center line for now at the top, and we're going to do the same thing at the heel and kind of match it up, right? Match it up on the back. And then we're going to flip it over. Don't make sure it doesn't move. When we flip it over, I can put it on the carpet. I actually have a radius dish here on the side I could have flipped it into. Yeah, this is the same radius. There's a reason why I cut it out like this, so it fits in the vacuum press. What I'm gonna do, let's get this in here. All right, I'm gonna mark off where the head block goes, right there. And I'm gonna mark off where the tail block goes. Just like that. You can see you got somewhat of a mark there already. It's in the wrong place. All right, so I got that marked off. If I can, I also want to mark off, well, this is going to be a guesstimate. Not too critical for me, the placement of the back braces, because you're not dealing with solid hole and bridge placement. And if it's off, well, it's a little off. Let me grab this. Okay, so not unlike the top braces, I have a back brace layout jig. Why do I use 3 braces? Because that's how I was taught. Okay, so if you're doing measurements, if you want to see this, this is from the top. We're going to go 2 inches in for this part of the brace. I believe it's another, or is it a total of 5.5? It's a total of 5.5 from the top. Okay, so from the top measurement, I call this the top measurement on this side, 2 inches, 5.5 inches, and then the last one is 8 5/8 inches distance from basically the neck joint all the way to this brace. All right, if you wanted to know the measurements, that's it. What we're going to do is we're going to pop this up on the center line at the top. We're also going to match it on the center line on the bottom. And once we get it centered up, just like that, very specific in where I draw the lines on these braces. For the top brace only, I'm only going to draw the line on this side. Okay? And we draw the line. For the middle brace and the back brace, I'm going to draw the line on the back side. Just like that, and just like that. And for those of you that have built before, I don't erase the lines. The reason I do that is when we put the braces on, let me grab a brace. This brace is going to sit on this side of the line, and it's going to cover up on that side, just in case for some reason, yeah, if you get a mirror and I glue it and then you can see the line, you won't be able to see it through the sound hole. Put a mirror in, you may or may not be able to see it. The middle brace obviously is going to go on in front. Okay? All right. So we laid out the braces with our jig. I measured one time. You know how we do it. We don't measure everything because it's already measured. All right. There's another thing we did to get to where we're at for what we're going to do today. We actually radiused the braces. So I went through the process of radiusing all of the braces except one. So this one I didn't radius. Okay, so here it is. Because I'm still going to talk story, I'm going to demo this, and then we're going to keep on continuing. All right. This center brace is the one I didn't radius right here. What I did was I drew a line. You guys can see that line. I laid out my brace layout right here because what I'm going to do is on this radius dish, I'm going to actually sand this down right here. So obviously what I did with the back wide brace, I sanded it here, and with the front brace closer to the neck, I sanded it in this location right here. Now you can see I got 3 pieces of tape. That's actually where I do it as well, cross grain this way when I had a lot of tape running up and down and I could cross grain the sanding. But for now, we're just going to do this, and we're going to hit this real quick. Now be careful on this because you want to make sure we keep this square in this direction right here, right? You want to keep this square to this. Otherwise, you start tipping it, the brace will be tipped. Now, why do I do it here, here, and here? Is it going to make a difference? To be honest, I don't know. I figure that's where the back goes. This is how it's going to get radius. Then I'm going to sand the braces right in the basic position of where the brace is going to be on the back. Now you can see this does not take much. You can see the pencil marks is pretty much gone. So this radius is pretty much done. Now the problem with this is cannot push too hard in this direction. What's going to happen is, especially on this long one, you'll get flex on the end section, and then the radius will be off. So you got to really take light strokes, use the whole sandpaper, right? And that's it. That's done right there. Do it 3 times and then you're done. This is 80 grit sandpaper, by the way. All right, let's get this on the side. Okay, we're still talking story about how we're getting to where we're gonna go. The center reinforcing strip on the back, by the way, for conversation, I don't know why we don't do it to the top. Anyway, we do center reinforcing strips here. I got some basically spruce, and you're gonna cut it, mill it out, figure out your deal. You know what, let me give you the dimensions of this strip because I never did that. Okay, so this is gonna be 1/2 inch wide. How thick do I make this? Let's figure that out too. This one currently is, remember now, this is after sanding. Oh, that's in millimeter. We're gonna do thousandths of an inch. 0.058. So my guess is I started at 0.63, which is 1/16. So half an inch wide by a 16-inch thick. I use spruce just because I make use of the offcuts of spruce. And it's kind of nice when you see it on the inside of the instrument. That's what it looks like raw. What I did in this case, and you can do it many different ways, I pre-shaped it. So we're gonna glue it already pre-shaped. You can see it curved off on the top edge. Super easy to shape it once it's in, once you got it glued in. So not a big deal. You figure out which way you're gonna go. By the way, make sure you know which side is the inside and outside. So in this case, I got some nice sapwood here. The book match is actually on the outside. You can see where it kind of skews itself on the inside over here. This is Milo, by the way. What I also do with this is, you know, spruce sometimes has thin grain, a little bit wider grain. I actually book match the ends of the spruce just in case, whatever. It's just a nicer match. So it looks like the grain came from all one piece over here. Now, when I'm laying this out and we're laying on the center line, I actually ended up with shortened pieces. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go this way, this way. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this. All right, we're gonna cut this and we're actually gonna inlay the braces afterwards. This piece is a little bit long. So why don't, you see this is where the neck block is gonna go, right here, you see the mark. So we're gonna cut that off real quick. Why don't we just take care of that right now? Doesn't have to be perfect. All right. Now we're not gluing the whole thing down. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are gonna glue this on the vacuum press inside a radius dish. So it's gonna look like this. And of course we're gonna use hot hide glue. So I got the vacuum press set up over there. What we'll do is we'll start gluing this down. Now, you know what? Let's just take it all over there one time. And you know what, guys? Maybe this demo is not going to be, there's going to be no demo. This is going to be one of those videos where I talk through the whole damn thing. So you guys get to bear with me today. Or, you know what? I'm going to just shut up right now. This much into the video, 13 and a half minutes in. I'm going to shut up. We're going to do the demo and we're going to glue this. I'm going to show you what we do, and we're going to glue some braces across as well too. The machine is going to go on, guaranteed, so I'll just shut up and then we'll just keep going. I'll see you guys back and we'll recap at the end. Okay guys, so that's it. That's all we're gonna do for today. We're gonna cut the video off. But basically you saw the process of actually gluing in the center reinforcing strip on the back. You saw me carving out where we're gonna put the back braces. We'll come back on the next video and we're gonna do the same thing on the back braces. We're gonna glue it up with hot hide glue. We're gonna put it under the vacuum press and press it all down. I'm gonna actually show you what happens with that mesh layer in there, how much pressure is in the vacuum press, and what might happen is you're going to see some dents inside the braces, which is why we're going to carve them afterwards. But anyway, if you got any questions or comments, pop them below by all means. Let me know. Let's see, what else did we do? Normally I use this Japanese chisel specifically for mitering. I got the thanks to oh my god, can't think of his name right now at SCGC. Mirror polish the back. I use it for mitering purflings, but this is actually really good at cutting out a flat and just a nice sharp point on the center strip. This is a 1/4 inch chisel, and you notice what I did was I turned it upside down just to get it, because it's actually if you do this right on the vacuum press, this center strip actually holds this on the curve. It holds it on the radius, especially when the hot hide glue dried out last night. It pulls it in, and yeah, this center strip actually pulls it in the radius. So, which is why I like hot hide glue under vacuum pressing. Other than that, we will catch you in the next video.